Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about the freshwater pipefish and also talk about what you need if you want to take care of some of these on your own. So there's a few freshwater species of pipefish out there. Currently we're looking at Microphis branchiaris, and this is the second species of pipefish that I've kept before, or the second species of freshwater pipefish that I kept before. So I wouldn't really recommend this fish to any beginners because they are picky eaters. They're hard to feed. They're only going to eat live food, so live daphnia, live brine shrimp, mosquito larvae, pretty much anything that's small enough to fit in their mouth because their mouth is super tiny. And they're only going to eat live food, like I said, so no frozen food. They won't even go for that. They like to have something that's like moving, something that's active. So, you know, frozen food is just going to drop straight to the bottom. They're not going to even touch it. And these guys also like to eat over a span of time. So you're going to have to overfeed your tank. So you're going to have to throw in a lot of live food. And depending on how much live food you put in the tank, they're going to eat it over a span of a day or over a span of like 3 days. It all depends on how much food you put in the tank. Now I've had these guys for maybe about a week now, and I've been feeding them live brine shrimp, live adult brine shrimp. Baby brine is a little too small. You know, I guess it really depends on the species, but for the Microphis branchiaris, baby brine shrimp is too small for them, so I feed them adult brine shrimp. If you get pipefish, I wouldn't really recommend you do brine shrimp. If that's all you got, then do it, but if you can get daphnia, do daphnia. Now, like I said earlier, pipefish like to eat over a span of a day to 3 days, you know, depending on how much food you throw in. And if you throw in a lot of brine shrimp and expect the pipefish to eat over a span of 3 days, that's not going to work because the brine shrimp won't even last that long because it's just going to die because it's in fresh water, not salt water. So that's why I really recommend daphnia. Daphnia, you can throw in a bunch and the daphnia will just live in your tank until the pipefish eat them and you don't have to worry about them dying. So if you do feed them brine shrimp, you're going to have to feed them quite regularly, maybe a few times a day. Just throw in a little, have them eat it so you're not wasting brine shrimp. And you know, once all the brine shrimp is gone, you're going to have to throw in more in. So that's basically what I've been doing. And I'm going to try and get some daphnia today so that I don't have to keep doing that. I can just throw in a bunch of daphnia and have them eat it over a span of time. Another thing is ghost shrimp or Neocaridina shrimp. You can feed the babies of those to your pipefish. So if you want to, you can throw in a few you know, ghost shrimp into your tank, have them breed, and when they give birth to baby shrimp, the pipefish will just pick them off. Now last year when I had pipefish, I didn't have a live food source at the time, so what I did is I just threw them in my cherry shrimp tank, and they just picked off, you know, the baby cherry shrimp, and you know, I did lose a lot, but it was worth it to keep them alive. So you know, that can be something else you can do. So I'm just gonna throw in a few ghost shrimp into this tank, and once they breed, the pipefish can just pick them off. And that's just another additional food source for the pipefish, just so that they can, you know, have something to eat if I do run out of daphnia. So now let's talk about what kind of setup you would want for your pipefish. So for most species of pipefish, a minimum tank size is 10 gallons. I have these guys in a 10-gallon right now, but this species, which is Microphis branchiaris, does require a bigger tank because they do get bigger. These guys can get up to 8 inches. So you know, if I have them in this tank for, you know, their whole life, eventually they're gonna be too big so that they can't even turn. They're just gonna be hitting the side of the glass, and you know, I don't want that. So when they do get bigger, I'm gonna move them to a 20-gallon tank or a 20 long, and they're just gonna live in there. So I was recently talking with Backyard Aquatics, and he said I can use some of the info that we talked about for this video. So thank you so much to Backyard Aquatics. I'll link his channel up above right now and down below. He has the same species of pipefish that I do, and he has bred them in the past, so I just wanted to get some information from him. So thank you so much to Backyard Aquatics again. I linked his channel up above, so go check it out. So he has a lot of these guys, and he has them in a 29-gallon tank, and he just recently got some more. He's just quarantining them right now, but he has them in a 29-gallon tank, and he says that he has them in a low lit. And he says he has them in a low-lit tank, so I am trying to do that as well. I'm not trying to have too much light in this tank. So now let's get into breeding these guys. So currently I have a male and 2 females. The way you can tell is the males are going to have the belly. They're going to have a clear belly, and I'll show a picture right now. of a male that is pregnant from Backyard Aquatics. So the males are going to have a clear belly, and as you see in the picture, it's going to be kind of blackish with the eggs when they are pregnant. Now these guys are related to seahorses, and seahorses, or the male seahorses, are the ones that are going to be pregnant. Same goes for these guys. Now when they give birth to the pipefish, it can be kind of difficult to keep them alive. Backyard Aquatics says he hasn't really kept them past 3 to 4 days, or the babies at least. So I've been doing some research, and so has Backyard Aquatics, and I found that the babies of this species are caught or found in marine estuaries, which is more of like saltwater, brackish water, and that's what Backyard Aquatics is trying to do, or is trying to figure out that like sweet spot or that sweet salinity that the baby pipefish like. So basically, the baby pipefish are born, they're swept out to sea, and I guess they grow up there. So that's what can be kind of difficult about keeping the babies alive. You're gonna have to try find that salinity. So that's what I'm gonna try to do as well. If I can get these guys to breed, I'm gonna try and put them in like a brackish setup, and I'll hopefully see if I can get the babies to survive. But yeah, Backyard Aquatics has got them to spawn like 4 to 5 times, I believe. I could be wrong about that number, but he's got them to breed kind of a lot. So I'm kind of hopeful that these guys will breed in here, but you never know. Things may happen, they may not breed, but I'm glad that at least they're eating and they are healthy. Also, keep these guys in a species-only tank. I can't really stress that enough. Like I said before, these guys will eat over a span of, and if you have fish in there that's just going to eat all the food at once, a pipefish will probably starve and probably die eventually. So make sure that these guys are in a species-only tank, because you don't want any other fish eating up all of their food. And like I said, if you can just throw in a few Neocaridina or a ghost shrimp in there, and have them breed and the pipefish can eat the babies, that's totally fine. So that's pretty much it. I just tried to do a basic care video on these guys. So I'm sorry if I left some information out there, but again, thank you so much to Backyard Aquatics for sharing some points and tips on how to take care of these guys and also how to breed them as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next video.